Hello YouTube, welcome to another one of my Duel Links videos, and today I have a very exciting deck. It is a Desperado Barrel Dragon deck, but I'm using my trap monster engine that I've mixed before with things such as Subterrors. But after Subterrors got nerfed because of Mass Tribute, I hadn't really been playing around with my Statue of Anguish and my my trap monsters. But then my boy Dark Musician, shoutouts to him, came to me with this deck, and as soon as I started playing it, I knew I was gonna love it. I really like this deck. I'm in the process of blinging out my third Swamp Mirror because that's how serious I am about playing this deck. It's super strong, and yeah, let's just get into the deck list. We have 3 Desperado Barrel Dragon. Obviously it's an EX structure deck, so it is a little bit expensive, but I was lucky enough to get 3 boxes thanks to my boy Juju Binks, who purchased them for me pretty much, and yeah, we're able to build this Desperado Barrel Dragon. Really good. Sure, you guys have seen it by now. During the battle phase, you can flip 3 coins and then destroy monsters up to the results of the heads that you flipped. If any of your Dark Machine type monsters are destroyed by battle or by card effect, you can special summon this card from your hand, which is pretty crazy. Very easy to summon, 2800 meter. We're using Card of the Soul along with Life Point Boost Alpha in order to search said Desperado Barrel Dragon, so it's like we're running 6. So we get to it very consistently. And then the other card, the other monster we run is BM4 Blast Spider. This card is insane. You summon this, once per turn you can target 1 Dark Machine type monster you control and 1 face-up card your opponent controls, destroy them. So why is that so good? Because you can normal summon this, target a face-up your opponent controls, target itself, destroy it, or destroy both, and then you special summon your Desperado Barrel Dragon if you have it in your hand. If you destroy another monster and this card stays on the field, you get to inflict, let's see, you can inflict damage to your opponent equal to half the original attack of one of those monsters destroyed and sent to the graveyard. So you can deal effect damage as well, which is good, but I mean, it's a 2200 defense monster. You can destroy anything that's face up and then follow with Desperado. This card is insane, really good. And then my trap engine changed a little bit. We still have 3 Statue of Anguish. We cut down the Tiki Soul to 2 and Tiki Curse to 2 as well. I wish I could run 3 Tiki Soul because I have 3 Prismatics, but 2 is enough. And then the new additions are Swamp Mirror and Quantum Cat. Why are we running these 2 in particular? Because you can select the attribute and type of both of these cards when they are activated. So you can make this a Dark Machine type monster. Now you have synergy with Desperado and Blast Spider. Same goes for Quantum Cat. So that's how the deck works. It's so good because you have all this removal with your trap cards, and then you follow up with a boss monster such as Desperado. I got a bunch of wins. I think I went 5-1, and the one loss that I got was a random disconnection where I was about to go for game and my opponent somehow like just stalled for a second and my Wi-Fi cut off. So I'm pretty sure he was hacking. His deck was like vanilla monsters and stuff. But let's just get into this replays because I can't wait for you guys to see how powerful this is. I can't believe I would have this much fun playing trap monsters, but ever since I came up with that Trap Terror deck and how successful it was for me, I just really enjoy it. So I got the Life Point Boost action. Going up against Mind Scan. And it's a Triomid. So normal starting hand for them. Not a second field spell to follow it, but I assume that was a face down Triomid Pulse because there was no delay on I mean, there was a delay before I even control monsters, so I knew it wasn't Treacherous or Canadia. So we're gonna activate the Blast Spider, force the tag out of the field spell, get the Fortress out to protect the Dancer, and then we're gonna summon our Desperado from the hand. Set 3 back row, he gets to look at them, that's completely fine. Decides not to destroy my barrel dragon right away. And this is kind of good for him. He gets a cruiser and he's gonna, you know, activate it over the fortress. Fortress is gonna give him back a monster. Now he can normal summon, search. Goes for the destruction effect first. And I was glad he destroyed my Desperado, believe it or not. Because that gives me 3 pops with Statue of Anguish and Quantum Cat. So as soon as there's 3 cards on the field that I'm ready to destroy, we're gonna activate the Massive Chain. There's the Triomid Hunter, let him summon the Triomid Dancer. Now we can go for Quantum Cat, Chain Statue of Anguish times 2. Because the way the chain resolves, there's a Statue of Anguish when this one's activated. Now there's 2 Statue of Anguish when this one's activated. So that is 3 pops in 1 chain. We're gonna destroy both monsters and the Triomid Pulse. I'm actually gonna keep the King Golem because that gives me attack on my Statue of Anguish. That way I can hit him for, you know, 1,000. He goes for the Fortress here, and the only reason he does that is to get my attack off. That way he's safe for a turn, so to speak, because I have a field full of monsters that have no attack. But I top deck the Desperado. We're just gonna tribute over our trap monsters. Hit him for 28 and that's game. Next we have a Paradox Brothers. And this was kind of sad in a way because it was post-nerf sub-terrors. And I've seen people use what is this called? Labyrinth Builder, I think. You know, where you shuffle 2 cards from your hand to get a Labyrinth Wall and then just tribute over it. It's so sad, man. I don't know. I think I would probably still play Trap Terrors if I'm trying to run sub terrors, because that's just kind of sad. He's gonna summon the Stygo Kraken in attack position. I knew that meant he was gonna flip it face down and summon another sub terror from the hand. So let him do all that. On the Behemoth summon, we're gonna activate our beautiful 3-card chain. Pop both of those. And your entire hand is spent. You have a face down, but you're gonna take this 36 to the face. He goes for the set. I'm just gonna attack because no matter what it is, he's gonna get destroyed thanks to the effect of Tiki Curse, and that's game. So yeah, rip card advantage with that sub-terror deck. Here we have a Crowler. So this deck has the obvious weaknesses that Trap Terrors had, which is Cosmic Cyclone. It's a rip. If they snipe your Statue of Anguish, then you lose a lot of your engine. Also, you want your cards to be destroyed, not really banished. Ancient Gears, it's another pretty bad matchup because of all the backer removal that they have. But this is an Ancient Gear matchup, and you guys will see how this went. Middle Age Mechs. So when I activated Card of the Soul, there was no delay. That tells me there's no double Cyclone back there, and I don't have to worry about setting my back row. Excuse me. I'm thinking the next thing it could be, since there's no delay, is a Treacherous or a Drowning Mirror Force. Either way, I want to force the activation. So I'm gonna pop my Blast Spider and pop his Ancient Gear Castle. Get my Desperado, set 2 cards, go for the attack. We force the Drowning Mirror Force, that's completely fine. He's gonna Galaxy Cyclone and summon an Ancient Gear Reactor Dragon. Now I have to activate this on summon, otherwise I run the risk of him activating Fortress and then I cannot target the Ancient Gear Reactor Dragon. So as soon as that summons, I'm gonna activate both my cards. Get rid of the Ancient Gear Reactor Dragon. And here my options were pretty limited because I have 2 Desperado Barrel Dragon. So I have to go for the Tribute Summon because he has a Galaxy Cyclone waiting. Meaning he could just pop my monster and then my traps are pretty vulnerable to an Ancient Gear Reactor Dragon. If I summon the Desperado, at least I have a chance of popping the Reactor Dragon during the battle phase. So that's why I went for the Tribute Summon. Hit him for 28. Picks up an Ancient Gear Fortress, follows up with an Ancient Gear with a Gear Town, excuse me. So not only does he get an Ancient Gear Reactor Dragon, I can't target this with my Desperado, so it kind of sucks. Actually, you can toss coin 3 times, destroy face-up monster on the field up to... Oh wow, this thing doesn't target. I could have activated, but I didn't. So, I just learned something. I made a misplay, but I got away with it. I could have activated my effect there, destroy the Ancient Gear Reactor. Instead, he's gonna have 2 Ancient Gear Reactor Dragons. But you know what? He top deck, so why shouldn't I top deck? When I pick up a Blast Spider, activate the effect, destroy one of the reactors, summon Desperado, flip the coins, get rid of his Ancient Gear Reactor Dragon, and we get the win. So yeah, my mistake right there. Let me read Fortress real quick. Your opponent cannot target Ancient Gear monster you control with card effects, and they cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card. Okay, so so it wasn't a misplay. It wasn't a misplay. Excuse me. I could have technically tried to destroy the Ancient Gear Reactor, but he was still protected by Fortress, so I'm not as dumb as I thought it was. Alright, so here we have a Jack. And I think this was 6 Samurai. It was a rank up. Maybe not 6 Samurai. Alright, so beautiful hand, but there's this Cyclone that we are unfortunately weak to, as I mentioned. So he snipes my Statue of Anguish. This is not too bad because I do have a backup statue. But I'm gonna wait. I didn't want to activate my Tiki Soul prematurely and it be destroyed by Grandmaster. So I'll wait for the attack declaration. Now I can summon my Statue of Anguish. He can't get over it. And there's no point in me trying to destroy the Grandmaster because he can just add it back to the hand with its effect. So we're gonna destroy the back row instead, which turns out to be treacherous. So good pop for us. He goes for the United, switches this thing to face down. I'm gonna summon the Tiki Curse, get rid of the 6 Samurai United. Again, there's no point in destroying this, it's just gonna add it back. I didn't want to give a monster the monster that can search for another Fuma, and he decides not to attack because there's nothing really to attack. If he attacks my Tiki Soul, his Grandmaster gets destroyed. If he attacks my Tiki Curse just goes back face down and I can activate it again. So he ends the turn, I pick up a Desperado. Now I can safely destroy the Grandmaster just by attacking. Now I know that's a dual wheel because why else would he switch this into attack position? I'm gonna force him to activate dual wheel right away. Honestly, he could have waited right here because if I destroy the Fuma, he gets a monster and his dual wheel is still active. So this is a little bit premature. I get him to use his dual wheel soon, and now we can just set the Swamp Mirror. We're gonna try to go for it right now. Destroy the face down. Turns out to be a another Fuma. So there's Kisara. Kisara's gonna add Inishi. And I'm just gonna go for the Blast Spider, summon Desperado, go for the attack. He goes for the Legendary Secret of the 6 Samurai, which is a good choice. Now I knew he was gonna Inishi right here because that's the obvious play to do, but now I can just get rid of his Inishi with Quantum Cat. Goes for the Cunning. I'm gonna activate the Quantum Cat right now. And he actually ran out of time right there. It was a pretty big brain battle back and forth, so I was also taking my time on my decisions, but I was still in a very good spot. I had 3 monsters on the field. I had a Desperado that I could summon whether he destroyed my trap monster or if he didn't do anything, I could just, you know, hard summon it. So I think I was still ahead in that situation. What he was gonna do right there was just summon the Fuma, go into a Shien, and that was pretty much gonna be it. Unless he top decked some godly backer that I didn't notice. And then for this last duel, we're going up against Neo's deck. So Neo's Fusion is going to be activated, sending Aqua Dolphin to the graveyard. Aqua Neos is going to snipe a Statue of Anguish, but I pick up my third one, which is great. Now this is pretty clutch right here. He summons Brave Neos using Miracle Contact, so he gets rid of the Elemental Hero Neos in his graveyard, meaning his Brave Neos is only at 2500. So we're gonna go for double Statue of Anguish, destroy the field spell, and now he can't get over my monsters. He's forced to banish a Neos Fusion right there to keep this guy on the field. We're gonna go for a Card of the Soul. I'm gonna hard summon the Desperado, activate the effect, pop 2, and he scoops. So even though he had you know, another Neos Fusion in the grave, he didn't really have a way to get over my Desperado unless he top decked something really good, so he just saw the scoop. But yeah, this deck is super fun. I'm definitely gonna play this on stream at some point, if I'm able to stream soon, because I want to work on other videos, but at the same time it'd be cool if I can maybe hit King of Games with this. I don't know. I haven't run up against the mirror match. I'm not sure how that would go, but it's kind of interesting. It's not such a bad matchup since we can pop or attempt to pop the Desperado before we hit the battle phase, you know, with our monsters. So yeah, thanks again for Dark Musician to coming to me with this deck. It's really fun, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. As always, like, comment, and subscribe if you want. Join my Discord if you haven't. The link will be down in the description, along with my PayPal link if you guys want to support my channel, support my content. I really appreciate that. And until next time.